So you're planning a move to Florida and the city of Melbourne keeps popping up on the radar? Since Melbourne is the second largest city in Brevard County and it's made up of 5 zip codes, I'm breaking down the 32935 in this video. So stick around. My name is Larkin and I'm a real estate agent with Real Brokers. And when I'm not making videos like this one, I'm helping people buy and sell real estate. So if you have plans of making a move soon, let me know how I can help. All right, Melbourne, Florida. Let's introduce you to the 32935. If you're looking at a map, you see Wickham Road running north to south. Well, the east side of Wickham Road, that's the 32935. The eastern boundary is the Indian River. The southern boundary is the north side of the Melbourne Airport. And then on the north end, off of Wickham, you've got where the Pebble Creek subdivision is, the Honeybrook Plantation. That's also the boundaries for the 32935. So as you're doing your research on the 32935, you're going to see that they're mostly single-family homes. You do have an okay selection of condominiums, townhomes, and half duplexes. There's several apartment complexes there. There's some manufactured homes there. And if you're looking for multifamily, closer to the O'Galley Causeway, that's where you're going to find some multifamily properties too. The lots are either going to be, you've got a few of them that are on the Indian River. There's some that are on the O'Galley River, and also there's some properties that are on lakes and ponds, but the rest of them will be considered dry lots. All right, the condos that are in the 32935, most of them were built between 1960s to the 1980s, and these will be located along US 1 or Wickham Road. There are some near the Melbourne Golf Course that's right on Lake Washington. There's a cluster of them there. You do have some newer condos that were built on or near the river. In 03, the River Palms condominiums were built. In 2007 were Pineapple House, and there's new construction being built at 3995 River Condos. They're expected to be completed sometime in 2024 because they're just now breaking ground. Single-family homes, it's no surprise. This section of Melbourne, like any city along the mainland, most of the properties you have to choose from will be single-family homes. Public records show that there's over 12,000 homes in the 32935, ranging in age. They were built in the late 1800s up to present day. There's new construction that's happening right now. There was a big block of homes that were built in the 1950s and 1960s, and also in the 1980s and 1990s. If you were to look at what the median age or median year built of homes in this area, you'll see that they were built in the 1960s. So let's talk lot sizes. Most of the lots in the 32935 are under 1/3 of an acre. Really, they're under 1/4 of an acre. If you are looking for an acre or more tract of land to live on, there are some that are this area, but they're more prevalent on the other side of Wickham in the 32934. And just like any other section of Melbourne or anywhere in the county, some of these homes are in homeowners associations, some of them are not. Just let me know your preference, or if you are a hard no for homeowners associations, it's good to know before you really start shopping. Remember, any point in time through this video, if you do have questions about making the move to Melbourne, just comment below and let me know what your questions are and I'll be happy to get you answers. So the 32935, this section of Melbourne, it seems a little more dense than other parts of the county because the homes that were built in the 50s and 60s, they tend to be on smaller lots. But as they built these communities, they did have sidewalks throughout. Something that they didn't particularly plan at that time was putting green spaces throughout the community like you see in Vieira, for example. But there are parks throughout the 32935. Besides Wickham Park and Ballard Park, there's parks and playgrounds near Sarno, and there's also some off Croton too. A highlight, something that I like the most about the 32935 is the O'Galley Arts District. This is one of 2 downtown areas that the city of Melbourne has, and it's got a good vibe. It's a really cool place to walk around. There's some great bars, there's some great restaurants, there's some cool little shops to check out. I like to go wandering and exploring to see all the murals that are here in this particular area too, and since it is called the Arts District, there are some great art shops that are in the area that you should probably go check out. So I mentioned in another video that traffic in Melbourne can be thick from time to time, especially along US 1 and Wickham Road. And what I like about the 32935 is they have some good back roads to help you navigate some of the thicker traffic. So traveling east and west, you have Post, you have Parkway, Aurora, Sarno, and O'Galley to help get east and west. And running north to south, you have Croton Road and Stewart to help you navigate some of the thicker traffic that could be in the Melbourne area. So what do you think about the video? Likes and comments are always appreciated, and you could also hit that subscribe button. Here are the schools that are in the 32935. There are quite a few elementary schools for your kiddos to go to. You have Harbor City, Croton, Sable, Creel, Roy Allen, or Sherwood. The middle schools are Hoover, Johnson, Central, or Delora, and the high schools are Melbourne High, O'Galley High, or Satellite High. And of course, you have the Eastern Florida State campus on Wickham Post. I always recommend going to a site like schooldigger.com just to verify the schools that are tied to a particular address of the home that you're looking forward to. So as I'm out showing property, it's not uncommon that I get the how's the neighborhood question, or is this a safe area to live? Well, I believe the answer to that question is 100% personal. Neighborhoods that I'm driving through that I think would be a wonderful place to live, you're like, doing this, get me out of here. So it's personal preference, it's past experience, and it's something that I legally can't give you the answer to anyway. What I do recommend is doing your research. Take a moment and drive through these communities at various times of the day and also days of the week. And you could also call the local sheriffs or the local police department and ask about a particular area, see what crime's there, and they can give you the answers based upon their experience. There's also some great sites online that you can go check out. Two of them in particular that I recommend often. We have bestplaces.net and also crimegrade.org. Other questions that come up often are, where are the doctors and hospitals in a particular area? You have Holmes Regional, you have Melbourne Regional, which is on the west side of Wickham Road. You have Health First. There's also emergency care and walk-in clinics throughout the city of Melbourne. All right, drive time for work. Because of where Melbourne's situated and the size of it, you've got 3 causeways going to the beaches. You have 6 connections to I-95. Should be a fairly easy drive to get to work. If you're stationed at Patrick Space Force Base, you just need to get the Pineda Causeway, head east, and right there's the South Gate. If you're working at the Melbourne Airport or one of the companies that are in that area, the aerospace companies, L3 Harris, Lockheed Martin, Embraer, Raytheon, very short drive. If you have plans of working at the Space Center and living in this part of Melbourne, plan on a 45-minute to an hour drive to get to the main gate. And if you're working at Port Canaveral or the Canaveral Space Force Station, 45 minutes would be an anticipated drive time. And if you're ready to start shopping online to see what homes are available, I'll have a link in the description below that'll take you to all the properties that are for sale in the 32935. And of course, if you have any questions, you can leave a comment below, or you can find me on any of these social media platforms and send me a direct message. However you like to communicate, I am great with. And if you stuck around this long, you probably like what you're hearing. If you haven't done so already, you should hit that subscribe button. I'm also queuing up 2 more videos right here for you to watch next. My name's Eric Larkin with Real Brokers here in the Space Coast. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see ya on the next show.